So pre-1990, business was very difficult in our country.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, across the board. Primarily because there were major restrictions on account of the socialist approach of the government of the time.
Right.
Very, very high income tax. Marginal rate of income tax was 97%. And so very not conducive to doing, good business. And imports were completely embargoed. So we had no instruments period that we could import. We were surviving on 100+ years old pianos, and we had a large collection of them, which we used to rent out to students for 50 rupees, 100 rupees at the time per month. Sadly, doing a disservice to some of them because they were in not very good condition. So many of them, so we had an inadequate number of staff to repair and maintain them.
Right.
I'm pretty sure some kids gave up playing the piano because the piano was not good enough. But that was the basic environment in which my dad struggled to survive. That's why he diversified. We had a very, very successful printing business.
Right.
I'm told second only to the Times of India printing press in terms of respectability and amount of work. Did the work for a lot of schools and institutions and all. And I think Dad primarily made his money in those years on printing, which he then diverted to supporting the development of Western music and music in our city and in our country by keeping the businesses afloat. The only thing that was permitted in terms of imports was sheet music, printed music books. In a time pre-internet and pre-digital, the printed book was crucially important for music education.
Yeah.
I dare say it's because of his efforts and his sacrifices that he was able to ensure that there was an uninterrupted continuity to music education in our country, throughout the country, because we were the only music shop that continued to do print music, because it's a difficult business to do.
Yeah.
You can buy music, but if nobody wants to buy it, then whatever you try to do to sell it, you're just left with it. And we have a lot of sheet music that is really nice stuff, but has not appealed over the years, and so we still hold it in stock. It needs a lot of ability to absorb lost margins on account of unsold stock, which he was able to do.
Lovely. And then what happened after 1990?
The great divide was 1990, Manmohan Singh's liberation budget.
Correct.
Throwing open the Indian market to foreign investment, etc. Enabled us to start importing and buying. To our good fortune, we kids were just in our early 20s. I was still in college, in fact. And so Dad gave us the liberty to, dream and go. So I remember going for my first trade fair to Frankfurt, not knowing what to do. And after visiting several big suppliers there, immediately, barely 2 months later, with a visit from the then international sales manager of Gibson, who went with me around the country visiting shops and all. That was the time when there was no email. So I remember him sending a 35-40 page fax one morning, entering the office, and there were reams of paper lying on the floor, full proposal, and a target of $2.5 million in 1993 for us to do of Gibson guitars. And I took it to my dad, cut up the pages, stapled it, showed it to him, and said, "See what this guy has written. I don't know how we're going to do $2.5 million." He said, "This is the problem that arises when I allow you guys to do things all on your own." And then he renegotiated it to $25,000 a year.